Hello. This is one of the episodes that I pre-recorded for my maternity leave. So this was recorded around November, end of 2023. Love you. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Circle Time. How are we doing? I hope everyone's good whenever you're listening to this. We have two very special guests who have joined the circle before and are back to circle with us again.
We couldn't get enough.
No, I couldn't get enough. I am so happy that you're back. Would you like to tell you the circlers who you are? Because I don't like to do it myself.
We're Jaci and Chelsey from the What We Said podcast. I almost like am looking at this camera.
I know.
So not where I should be looking. Yeah, Jaci and Chelsey here from What We Said, back for Circle Time.
Back for some more.
Couldn't get enough.
Thank you so much for doing this. When I was thinking about like who I wanted to have on during my maternity leave, you guys were right at the top of that list.
Well, thanks for
Lovely.
having
That's
us
an
again.
honor.
That is such an honor.
You know, it's not every day you find someone that's just easy to podcast with. And you guys just make it fun and easy. It's probably because you're
good.
like professionals, you know?
I love that. It is so fun when it's fun to podcast with, I guess, friends and podcasters.
It is
People who do
really
it.
fun to do it with other podcasters because like
They get it.
they totally get it. And sometimes it's like, it's just so much more of a conversation, I feel like, when it's like with another podcaster, whereas like, and that's what I want, not so much like an interview,
Mhm.
you know?
feel
So I'm happy you're here.
I don't think you realize that until you do it for a while too. Like I remember, I don't know, you don't think that like talking would be a skill or something that's hard at all.
Conversation.
Right.
And then I think we've been doing our podcast for 5 years, and all it takes is one listen back to like the first
Oh my
episodes.
God.
I'm like,
to humble
oh,
you.
yeah, very humbling. And
Yeah.
also I'm like, oh, we've improved.
Yeah.
But, you know,
No, my first episode, I'm like whispering practically. Like I'm like, hi, welcome to Circle Time. Like I'm so shy.
our voices are
it's-
6 octaves higher.
Yeah.
How long have
back
you been
then.
doing it?
5 years.
Yeah. 5.5.
Damn.
Like
Yeah.
5.5. Yeah.
You're seasoned.
We're
I know.
seasoned
Seasoned
veterans.
pros.
Yeah. We like to think so. No, it's so fun, but truly, like I look back and I'm like, oh, I didn't know you could improve, but clearly
You can.
you can.
And also, I feel like it's so funny because sometimes if I like make plans with someone that I don't really know, like we know each other, we don't really know each other, and then I'm like, we're gonna go to lunch or something. I'm like, what am I gonna talk to them about? And then I'm like, oh wait, I guess I kind of do this
For a living.
yeah, exactly. But I'm like, I get so nervous to talk to people, and then I'm like, you know how to do this. This is your job. Like
Your literal full-time
you
job.
can talk to someone. It's fine.
It's so true. Also, when you have certain guests on, you learn when you're podcasting how it is a skill, because sometimes like this person knows a lot. They could be so knowledgeable. Then they get on a mic and you're like, wait, we cannot hold a conversation.
Totally. It's tough.
Yeah.
Like when you get like just a yeah. Like if you ask someone a question and they're like, yeah. You're like, fuck.
Yeah.
I was not
We need a
expecting
follow-up.
that. I was not expecting you to say yeah just now. Okay. I actually have a little icebreaker that I wanted to do with you guys because I was doing an episode and someone called in and they said that they do this icebreaker with everyone. And I thought it was really entertaining. And then I
Cute,
was like,
I'm
I'm going to
ready.
do this with Jaci and Chelsey because why not?
I
you
love it.
know?
I'm ready.
So she said she worked at a camp out here in California and they asked 3 questions. They asked everyone the same 3 questions.
I'm nervous.
They're simple.
Okay.
The first one is, what's your favorite go-to fast food order? Or what's your go-to
Ooh.
fast food order? This threw me for a loop because there's like 6 million fast food restaurants. I don't know what one you're talking about, but
Mhm.
like whatever you want off the bat, what's your go-to fast food order?
My first instinct is Taco Bell.
Okay, that
Like,
was mine as well.
That's my first fast food place. If it's close, I'm going there.
Right.
Can we
I
go there
love-
after this, honestly?
No, that sounds bomb.
That sounds like it would hit so
you
right.
should.
I love a good Crunchwrap Supreme.
Okay.
I add potatoes and I sub the beef for beans. Sometimes refried beans if I'm feeling crazy.
Okay.
And sometimes I take out the tomatoes because it's a little much. Sometimes the tomatoes like falling out of it.
Interesting.
And also with fast food, specifically Taco Bell, it can hit so well. But if you go to a building or a place that they don't like do it as well,
Yeah.
it's not as crispy.
Or
but
it's
when
not
they make
as
it right,
warm or something.
Yeah.
When they make that
gotta be
punch
piping.
up right, it
Yeah.
hits.
You know what's just not spoken about enough, and I'm so happy that you brought this to light because I bring it up every chance I can, is the fact that you can sub beef for beans
Mhm.
with anything
Yeah.
on the menu. Like there are so many opportunities to enjoy a taco. Like you can enjoy so much from Taco Bell. You go to
Yes.
like Chick-fil-A and you don't eat meat. The only thing you're getting is fries,
Mhm.
you know? But like Taco Bell, you can get anything just without the meat.
Taco Bell's for the vegans. I was vegan for 7 years.
Right.
And I learned all of the tricks and
The tricks
went
of the
to
trade.
every fast food place, would try and like still enjoy fast food, but it
Yeah.
was so hard.
Yeah.
But Taco Bell, especially the potatoes,
Okay.
really add substance
Yeah.
to any Taco Bell order.
Yeah.
And for a while, they took away the potatoes, and the vegans had
Did
a riot.
they?
Yeah, and they
As
were
they
like, bring
should.
it back.
And they did, and they
make
listened.
everything
Why
better.
would they take away the potatoes?
Yeah. What was the reason?
They always do that. That's just like a thing that I swear is a conspiracy that if you have a favorite item on a menu,
They take it off.
they know and they're like, that was just seasonal. Sorry.
Like the Mexican pizza. Have you ever had one?
Did they get rid of them?
They got rid of them for a while. They brought them back because,
But maybe they
obviously
do
there was
that
an
for
outrage.
hype.
Yeah, true.
Like the outrage.
But I'm wondering, like, people already like it. Like, it's not
True.
like
It's like you're making money from it.
right. Like, people already know it's good. People are already ordering it. Why are you taking it away? Now I'm mad at you.
exactly.
True.
Yeah.
And what a disappointing trip it is when you go expecting to get your favorite item.
Right.
Like, that's not on the menu anymore.
Yeah. It's why would you change your menu? You're Taco Bell.
Listen up.
You can
Taco
keep
Bell.
adding things, but like, don't take things away from
Exactly.
us. You know?
So true.
Mhm.
All right. What's yours?
Lately, I've kind of been an In-N-Out girly.
Okay.
Um,
Interesting.
You don't like In-N-Out?
No, I love In-N-Out, but I just think it's a really specific vibe. Like you can't, if you
You
want
can't
a burger,
overdo it. Actually, I don't. Yeah, my top two that I go to the most are In-N-Out and Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
Those are the ones I frequent the most.
Yeah.
So those are like my classic orders. I feel
Right.
like. But my order's kind of boring.
What is
I
it?
get a cheeseburger without. There's like a few things I get it without. I think without tomatoes and pickles.
Okay.
And then I get it cut in half.
Ooh.
My brother-in-law taught me that. It just like makes it so easy to eat. I don't know.
Mm.
Wait, that's a really good idea.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
ask, "Hey, can I get that cut in half?" And they're like, "Of course."
What?
And then
Love
fries.
That. Okay.
And you know what I just saw that they have
What?
via Trisha Paytas's TikTok?
What?
Hot chocolate at In-N-Out.
Oh, I do think I
Ooh.
knew that.
I've never had it.
and
though.
they serve it, and like the cup has like brown trees on
It's so
it.
cute. It's
Yeah.
like a brown. Yeah, it's like white with brown palm trees on it.
Stop.
Yes, it's really
so
cute.
So need to try that. Have never tried it. I usually just get water when I go to fast food. I'm not like a huge soda drinker, but
Okay.
if I were to get one, I would get root beer.
okay.
Mm.
That's a solid order. You just taught us
Wait,
like
did I say
two
fries? That was
tricks
like
of the
really
trade.
important.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I think In-N-Out is so good, but like only if you're craving In-N-Out. Like I feel like
Mhm.
if you want a burger, at least for me, I'm not thinking In-N-Out. I'm thinking like a burger from somewhere else. In-N-Out is like its own genre.
Yeah, I get that.
I also don't get burgers from there. I get the grilled cheese
Okay, I do get grilled cheese sometimes. It depends on my mood.
because
I got one the other day.
it's basically the same as like it's not like just cheese and bread. Like it's all of the stuff that you'd
Mhm,
get
Mhm.
just without the meat. And then meat clearly just freaks me out a little bit, and so I don't like to
Are you
get it.
vegetarian?
No, I'm just
You're just scared of me.
scared. Yeah. Like I could easily be a vegetarian, but then there are the times when like I really want Chick-fil-A
Mhm.
Mhm.
where I'm like, I'm not going to set up any rules here.
Yeah.
If I'm putting rules on it, then all of a sudden I'm wanting chicken every single day of my life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
So
real.
I usually don't eat a lot of meat, but
So what's
That's
your
just-
go-to? What's your fast food of choice?
well, I don't know. If it like completely depends on where I'm getting it from. If I'm going to Taco Bell, I'm getting a cheesy gordita crunch, beans instead of
Oh.
meat.
Those are so good.
Those are
No,
so good.
Insane.
so insanely good.
Yeah,
like-
we need to go Taco Bell after this.
I honestly might as well.
My
Like
stomach's growling.
they're insane.
They're so
The
good.
sauce, I mean, everything about it is insane. Obviously, beans instead of meat. But like if I'm going in and out, I'll get a grilled cheese, milkshake, fries,
Mhm.
Oh, the
add
milkshakes.
mustard, and sometimes I
Oh.
add hot chilies.
To the burger or to the cheese?
Yeah, to the
grilled
burger.
cheese.
Yeah, to the grilled cheese.
Do you guys do the grilled onions or just regular onions or no onions?
Well, for a while there, I was like kind of going a little rogue and doing both grilled and raw.
Wow.
And I'm not too sure like what that was about because I wanted it animal style because I wanted the pickles, I think. Do pickles come on animal style only?
I've never had an animal, like a burger, animal style
Yeah.
burger. I've never had that.
I think it's like extra sauce.
Do you ever do the animal style fries?
I've dabbled.
I haven't gotten those recently.
They freak me out.
Yeah, sometimes it's just like a little much.
So it's too much. If I'm eating my fries with a fork, I actually usually don't want to.
So true. There's a lot going on.
This is going to be controversial and I'm okay. I'm going to take this on. My husband's Canadian and they eat poutine there.
Mhm.
No clue what that is.
So it's basically French fries, cheese curds, and gravy.
What are cheese curds?
I think it's just cheese.
Oh,
like
okay.
it's
and gravy.
and
It's like
gravy.
cheese that's
That
kind of
sounds
like
amazing.
it's like curdy.
I hate the word curdled because that sounds like it should be
Rotten.
But they're like
Yeah.
they're
No,
like
it's good,
little
though.
balls of cheese. Yeah, the cheese curds are great.
really
Yeah.
good.
But to me, I'm like, these aren't fries. Like this is
Mm.
like there's now I'm eating it with a fork. Now I'm messy.
Yeah.
Like it's completely a different experience. Like chili fries don't really do it for me.
Oh, I love chili cheese fries.
I guess I'm just like not a fries and fork kind of gal. So the animal fries to me, I'm like, what are we doing?
Like I already
getting
have
messy.
the
It's
stuff on my
gluttonous.
burger,
Yeah,
the cheese and the
exactly.
Onions,
Do I
yeah.
need it again? I get raw
Yeah.
onions to answer the onion question. Now I just do raw,
mm.
which is crazy. I think it's weird.
I used to
I love the
hate
grilled.
onions. Growing up, I've always been the pickiest eater. And lately I've been in my onion era.
Really?
Love an onion.
Mm.
Not like straight
What
up
form?
just like raw onions in something.
Okay.
Like or on something.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what I've been eating a lot that has the raw onions
Like
that
a
I
salad
love.
or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a sweet green salad that I get that has like onions in it, and I'm looking for the onions. That's how I know it. You know what I mean? Like I'm like I'm
Really?
loving the
Ooh,
onions.
wow.
Are they like purple? The
Yeah.
purple ones?
Yeah.
I guess red onions. Those would
Red
be
onions.
Okay. I mean, I've always loved an onion. So like, are you new to onion rings?
I haven't had an onion ring lately. I feel like anything fried, like I can pretty much always get
Okay.
behind.
Yeah,
You know?
it's true.
But yeah, would love an onion ring. I saw on the Kardashians that Northwest was literally eating an onion like an apple.
Oh my
that
God,
was
I
a little
saw
too
that.
much, but
Yeah.
I couldn't do that.
One's crazy.
that one's
Didn't-
next level.
Didn't Bella Thorne used to do that?
That rings a bell.
sounds
I've
familiar.
seen someone else do that, and I'm pretty sure it was Bella
It
Thorne.
sounds on brand.
Yeah, but it was back in the day. I feel like we've had so many Bella Thorne eras. Like I'm not sure which one it was, but
Where is she now?
I actually am not too sure.
Is she married or engaged, or is that not?
She was married, wasn't she? Or
She was definitely engaged at some point.
I
But
have
don't
no
know if she
idea.
still is, or if she got married. I don't remember.
I'll
Bella,
look
let
into
us
it.
know what you're
Yeah,
up to.
Bella, if you're listening, I know you love this podcast so much. So if you're listening, just let us know what you're into. If you were eating onions raw.
What's your latest?
Yeah. So, being pregnant and now postpartum, something that I really had to focus on is my nutrition because pregnancy and postpartum are some of the most nutritionally demanding times in a woman's life. And as a mom, the health of your baby is directly influenced by your nutrient status. So, I really wanted to make sure that I found the perfect supplement for me. And there are really just so many supplements out there, and it can get a little overwhelming. And it was hard to know what the best option was. But after doing a lot of research and talking to my friends, everyone's favorite was Needed. Most prenatal vitamins include bare minimum nutrition based on outdated guidance and stale research, but Needed offers radically better nutrition products, education, and advocacy rooted in clinical research and practitioner validation. Needed is recommended and used by more than 4,000 women's health experts, from nutritionists to midwives, functional medicine doctors, and OBGYNs, all of the people that you can trust in this. Something I was so happy to hear is that they go above and beyond with third-party tests, testing every single batch to ensure the safest product. Needed offers premium supplements for every stage, from egg quality support for women trying to conceive to a lactation support plan for breastfeeding moms, to stress and sleep support that supports all women, including those in menopause. Just amazing. head over to thisisneeded.com and use code CircleTime for 20% off your first order. That's thisisneeded.com and use code CircleTime for 20% off your first order. So time is very valuable these days, and I feel like over the last few months, Cody and I have really been looking for ways to save time and make things as easy for us as possible. And one way that we found to save valuable time, but also take care of something that's very necessary, is by using Thrive Market. Thrive Market is my go-to for all of my grocery and household essentials. They are an online membership-based market that ships directly to your doorstep, and they're on a mission to make healthy living easy and affordable for everyone. They are my lifeline year-round, but especially right now with all of the chaos of having a newborn and all of that. They just make everything so easy. They save me so much time that would have been spent waiting in like a grocery store line, which just seems impossible these days, or running out last minute for more paper towels, all of which I just isn't easy anymore. They are not only a time saver, but they also save me so much money. I have saved over 30% on my grocery bill by switching to Thrive Market. They have all of my favorite snacks and daily supplements, like the Purely Elizabeth granola that I like, the oat milk that I like, the Khalifa oat milk. I get my collagen powder and my probiotic supplements on there, and they just have really all of the best snack options, because I love a healthy snack and they have so many good options. Everything I need on a weekly basis in one spot. On top of saving 30% on my grocery bill, Thrive Market has a deal page that changes daily, gives me cash back on all my favorite brands, and they have a price match guarantee. It's so easy to shop on there. I just use their on-site filters so I can easily click through different categories like low sugar alternatives or gluten-free, whatever it is that you're looking for. They instantly can just curate a shopping experience that makes it super easy for you. And the cherry on top is that when you join Thrive Market, you are also helping a family in need with their 1-for-1 membership matching program. So you join and they give. Join in on the savings with Thrive Market today and get 30% off your first order plus a free $60 gift. Go to thrivemarket.com/circletime for 30% off your first order plus a free $60 gift. That's THRIVE market.com/circletime. thrivemarket.com/circletime. Okay, next of the icebreaker questions. If you could have any liquid come out of your finger, what would it be?
I was so scared of where it was going to come out of.
Out of our finger.
Like if just on
tap, basically?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay.
My first reaction for some reason is like fruit juice, like fruit punch or something.
Okay. Do you drink a lot of fruit punch?
Not really.
Yeah.
But I think I just had this drink from, it was like a watermelon. What's it called? Mela? That's
the brand is Mela,
okay.
yeah.
It's
like a
basically
canned
watermelon juice.
Okay.
And it just tastes so good. And I'm always down for like a lemonade, a fruity juice, or like just fresh pressed juice.
Yeah.
Because soda is great, but it's like, do you always want soda? No.
Right.
If you're stranded in the desert, you're not really going to want like a fizzy drink.
That's true.
I was going to say lemonade. Lemonade always kind of hits.
Yeah.
The practical answer is water, but
right.
For
I'm not trying to be
survival,
boring.
yeah.
No.
Water's free.
You can get water anywhere.
Yeah, but like to always have the option. Like
I know.
You're just never thirsty. 'Cause
Mhm.
you're
I did actually say maybe water. I first said pee because
Interesting.
then I could pee
from your finger.
Like I'm
It's
just
not
sitting
extra
here.
pee,
Like say I
it's-
really have to pee but we're chatting, and if it was like you guys didn't know what was happening, I just grab a cup really quick and I'm just holding a cup and I'm peeing.
Filling it with pee.
You know? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, not. At
And then I'm
first,
not-
I was concerned it was like extra pee. You just wanted more
No,
pee.
no. I don't want more pee. I want to get rid of the pee
Yeah.
easier.
In a different way.
I don't need to run to the bathroom
Without having to
take
take
off
off
my
clothes.
pants, do a lot of things.
Mhm.
Like
That would be
Just-
great.
True.
On a
just
road
go like
trip?
this. Yeah, exactly.
Out the window.
Slay.
Out
car
the
behind you.
window. Exactly. I just feel like it could make life so much easier.
Agreed.
That's
you know?
true.
So just like that's something to consider. Just like an
My
easier
first
way to
thought,
pee.
honestly, this says a lot about me. I was thinking, what would make me popular with others? You know,
Oh, that's
like what could I
we
share
could
with others? It's
really
like, I've got
dive into
fruit
that.
punch in my fingers.
Okay. But no, this is for you personally. What do you want?
I do love fruit punch.
Okay.
Has literally never had fruit punch. That's
Yeah, it's crazy that you said fruit punch. Then I said,
think
do you
I'm
like fruit
thinking
punch?
of-
You said, no.
so
I'm
specific.
literally thinking of the watermelon juice.
So
I felt like that was
watermelon
too
juice.
specific.
No, I want the actual answer. I don't want an estimate.
Okay, I'm going to say watermelon juice.
You would have watermelon juice on tap
By the way-
24/7. You just had this drink for
I'm
the first
literally
time.
For the
crying
first time
laughing.
20 minutes ago. And that is now what she wants forever on her finger.
You know what? It's also nostalgic because I'm trying so hard not to keep laughing.
I'm just like not believing this.
You remember the Arizona drinks?
Yeah.
I'm sure they still make it. They had an watermelon one that was
Okay.
just watermelon. And I would get that every day. I'd walk to Walgreens and
Mm.
buy a can of that. So I think it's like nostalgic for me. I love that taste.
Okay.
I'm sticking with my answer.
Well, now I'm buying it a little bit more.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
We have the backstory.
Yeah, the
I can't-
memories, the
Yeah.
Arizona.
Exactly. I'm
yeah.
from Arizona. The drink's
Right.
called Arizona. Yeah.
Of course.
It's backstory. For sure.
Okay. Well, thank God we.
Thank you for sharing your truth.
Cleared that
yeah,
up.
thank you for being honest with us finally, because you just sat here and lied through your teeth for so
I also
long.
was thinking of that movie with Adam Sandler where he has fruit punch fountain. And I was like, oh, it's like fun.
Oh, like Mr. Deeds.
Mhm,
Is
yeah.
that movie?
Mr. Deeds. Mr. something. I think
I
it's
think
Mr.
it's Mr. Deeds.
Yeah.
He has like the frostbite on his foot.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
he has a black
I
foot.
don't think I've ever seen this
because
movie.
he like fell into the water. Yeah. I got you.
You basically just saw the whole thing. I mean, there's,
Yeah.
those are the
He
only
has
two
fruit
things
punch
I
in his water
remember.
fountain and he fell into ice when he was little and
And
has
his-
black foot.
His foot's black, yeah. So you don't need to go see
Loved
it.
the movie.
Yeah, it was amazing. Last question is, I'm now it's slipping away from my memory. 1 second. Oh, I remember. If you had a mermaid tail, what would it look like and why?
Oh.
Ooh, mine would definitely be like really shimmery,
Okay.
really sparkly.
Yeah.
Are we
Um,
actual mermaids? Like we're living in the sea? Because that affects my answer if I need it for like survival. So I'm thinking like adding weapons to it, like
We'll
sharp
do-
stuff.
Now I really want to hear that answer. So whatever you want.
Okay. If I'm a real mermaid, like a Harry Potter mermaid,
Do they have mermaids in Harry
in
Potter?
the fourth one, maybe where they go down and they like sing, but they're kind of like scary mermaids.
I've never seen any of them.
You've never seen Harry Potter?
I've seen the first one, like the first half of the first one.
Really?
Yeah, it's just something about like once they start getting into the wizardry,
You can't do it.
I'm like, I'm actually okay. I love the first one when he's like doing his back to school prep.
Yeah.
Love that. Like I want to watch him go school shopping. I want to pick him his owl, like his fucking
So true.
wand. Like I'm loving that. But then all of a sudden, love when they go to school. I love when they get separated into the houses. But then when they start actually practicing,
Yeah, it's like a vlog, actually, now that you're saying that.
it is.
Come back to school with me. Or
Yeah, it's a
Get
back to
sorted with
school.
me.
Yeah, get sorted with me.
so
It's
true.
so true. And so I'm like, yes, what are they doing? Like, what is
Yeah.
going on with these little wizards? And then it just becomes like, then I'm like, okay.
Then
you guys have
Voldemort
it
comes in the
figured
picture.
out. I don't know. I need to give it another shot. I know
Yeah.
that. No, I do.
Yeah.
Because I think I would like it. But so there was mermaids.
Oh, in one of the movies, that's like the mermaid I'm thinking of. You know, if you're a mermaid, you're in the ocean with predators. So I'm thinking like a beautiful tail, but maybe it's a little more like a shark tail. Maybe some sharp edges.
Interesting.
For
what color? Like,
protection.
what's the vibe of it, though?
I'm thinking green, like, camouflage with seaweed.
Oh, you are being very practical about
Mhm.
this.
I was going to say green as well, but what color is Ariel's tail?
Ariel's tail is
Green?
green, I believe.
Yeah, purple.
Purple
green.
shells?
Yeah.
Because I was picturing green, always trying to, kind of contrast with the red hair.
Right.
I feel like green
Mhm.
is a good color for that.
Yeah.
And also I was thinking could blend into like moss or whatever was in the ground, the ocean.
Right. I didn't realize mermaids were in such danger.
We're so scared for our lives.
You guys
But
are really
I-
bringing that to light.
Also like sparkly and, cute.
Yeah.
Okay, so what if mermaids weren't in danger and you didn't have to worry about like camouflaging and killing people?
I think I'd have like a Burberry like print on my.
Oh my God,
Please.
that is so cute.
If we're just like talking aesthetics, plain.
Yeah, no, I'm talking like that mermaid's not going to get hurt by anyone.
Yeah.
I didn't even
I'm
know.
the queen. Yeah,
You're
I've got
wearing a Burberry
Yeah.
tail.
Wow.
Yeah, with matching shells.
Collab. Oh my God, matching shells.
Mine would probably
Wow.
be like pink or orange or something if I'm not in danger. Stand out
Right.
a little more.
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing to light mermaids in danger because I feel like it's not talked about enough in our society. So I really appreciate you guys.
A long time
Justice for the mermaids.
ago, we did an episode on conspiracy theories, like,
yeah.
and one of them was mermaids.
Okay.
And
Well,
I feel like
they
that's
say?
changed my mind on mermaids, just how they're real. Like how they, throughout
Makes
history,
sense.
I keep hitting this, throughout history, different cultures and different like ancient cultures have depictions or stories of mermaids and they're all similar, but they've never talked the culture. So it's like, wait, why do all these people have accounts of the same creature, but they've never talked about it?
Are you
So,
sure they've never talked about it?
like
They
to,
couldn't. They
like to
couldn't
each other?
because it was like too long ago to have had communication
okay.
with
like ancient Egypt
Yeah,
and
got it,
ancient
got it,
somewhere
got
across
it,
the world.
got it.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
that's the kind of and
like drawings of them, like
Mhm.
creatures with like tails and stuff.
and how
that
they
look
live like super deep in the ocean, and maybe
Wow.
they don't want to talk to humans because they're mean.
Because humans are mean or mermaids.
Both or either.
But are they humans?
I think they're a mix.
Some say they
not
just
really.
Some say if we evolved from fish
Yeah.
or like organism in the sea,
Mm.
some just didn't make it out of the water. Like humans, we came in and we evolved onto land, so we got rid of our gills. That's the theory.
Oh, I'm having a tough time with that one.
Yeah.
That one's, you kind of lost me there for that. I
don't believe that.
because
But,
didn't we come from like monkeys?
That's where
but the
I
monkeys
was.
came from the fish.
So then wouldn't it
Apparently.
be half monkey, half fish?
I'm not quite sure, but over millions of years.
We don't know, but mermaids are real. We
Yeah.
know that for sure.
And I believe that part of it.
Mhm.
And I'm just not too sure where I came from.
Yeah.
You know? What other conspiracy theories did you learn about? Because now
That was
I'm
so long
There was-
ago.
They were like the main ones. Like, did we go to the moon? Amelia Earhart, where is she? I can't think of any other ones, honestly.
I didn't
I'm
even
honestly
know.
scared to
I didn't
say
know
those.
either one of those things were a concern. I think
The
I
moon?
I just assumed like we did go to the moon. I don't assume,
Well.
but we did.
Well,
This is
we
the
don't-
thing.
you
This
should
is
listen
why
to the
I
episode.
shouldn't have asked because I like don't want to know the truth. Like
No,
yeah.
it
I'm-
scares
Here's
me.
the thing about the moon. We've never been back, and they lost the science to go back.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That's interesting.
That's interesting.
Thank you. And now, no, I'm not a conspiracy theorist at all. Like, I'm never, those things don't really like
Keep you up at
keep
night.
me up at night. Like,
Right.
I'm just like, who cares?
Right.
It's too deep, whatever. But once I start thinking about it,
Yeah.
I am terrified. And I'm like, wait, I believe it.
No,
Just
same.
once I start getting kind of deep in it and
Yeah.
I see how
Mm.
you could become so,
Skeptical of everything.
yes, and how kind of everything can be turned into a conspiracy
Right.
if you look at it the right way and just if you have certain perspective and evidence, and it starts to scare me. So I don't even like to go there.
Yeah, it scares me too. And so I think that's why I'm like, that's not true.
Yeah.
Like I don't actually want to hear about it.
No.
Like mermaids doesn't scare me.
Yeah. Real stuff. Yeah.
Real stuff that like I've been taught to believe that all of a sudden is like,
Don't shake my foundation.
don't shake my foundation.
Yeah.
Isn't I was born thinking we went to the moon. Well,
Yeah.
I was not alive for that. So yeah.
Mhm.
Isn't there a Titanic conspiracy? I'm forgetting what. There's something about the
I
Titanic
feel
as
like there's a
well.
lot.
I
Like, not that it didn't actually sink, but there's something
Like
about
how it
why
sank
or
or
how
why.
or something. Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know that it's
But it's
also,
stressful. It's like, what good is it to
And it's
figure
when
it out?
it's sad, when
agree.
it's like something sad, I'm like, I don't want to know if there's a why.
Right.
The
It-
moon, not necessarily sad.
Right. But it's more like, why are we lying?
Yeah. Let's not lie to the whole world.
I think when it comes down to like people in the government lying to me because of something else, then I'm like, what do you know?
What is it? What is the something?
Just
What else
tell
are you
me the
lying
truth.
about?
Just be honest here. When the whole aliens thing came out, did you guys get freaked out?
I was going to ask you if you believe in aliens.
Yeah, I do. I think we like just kind of coexist in our own worlds. Like
Mhm.
when the whole aliens thing came out, I was like, yeah, that's fine.
I forgot
Mhm.
what it was. It was something recent, right? That they were like, we have proof that there's
Yes.
life or something. What was it? I actually don't know.
I don't know because I only heard that, and then I tried to talk more about it to Cody, and he was like, I think it's gonna freak you out, so I'm not gonna like. I don't think we
Okay.
need to have this conversation.
Protect
And
your
I was
peace.
like, I appreciate that because you're right. So then I never actually inquired anymore about it. Like I could have easily. Have you seen that meme that's like, what's going on? Say, for example, what's going on with aliens? And like the next text is like, nothing, sweetheart. It's going to be okay. And the girl just says like, okay, yay, with a heart. Like that was the conversation that Cody and I had about aliens.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah.
Because
I feel the same.
Don't worry about it. Lay your head on the pillow and fall asleep. And
everything's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they just like came out of nowhere. Like I think we've been coexisting with them for a long time and like everything's been fine. So like why do we need to like think more about it now?
Right. And dig into it. Let's just let each other be.
Exactly. If you saw the Spice Girls movie, you know the aliens are real. Did you guys see the Spice Girls movie?
No.
I didn't.
You guys never saw the Spice Girls movie?
No. We were too busy watching Harry Potter.
No. Those were two completely different times of life. Well, hey, how old are you?
I know. I was going to say, I think
We're
it's
28.
like,
Okay. I'm 30.
I grew up on PBS. I didn't like grow up watching the cool girl stuff. I wish I would have
Did you
seen
like
the Spice Girls.
the Spice Girls at all?
I didn't even know them.
I feel like that is not like ahead of our time. Like I definitely listened to the Spice Girls, but that's not that's not the main music group I remember. Like I feel like our era was more when we were in middle school and stuff, it was like Cheetah Girls, Hannah Montana, High School Musical.
Oh, well, I was like very into that.
I mean,
but
that's
Spice Girls
different,
was when I was like in kindergarten.
Yeah, I was going to say that was younger.
So maybe if I was like in kindergarten, you guys would have been like 3. So then like you really weren't like taking it in.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't feel like I knew any cool stuff when I was that age. That like the girls were like.
Yeah, I was just very into the Spice Girls, and in the Spice Girls movie, they encounter aliens at one point. So
that might be a good watch.
I'm down.
You should definitely watch it with a grain of salt. Like it's not the best movie you're ever going to see in your life. But
It's
like,
an actual movie. It's not just like a concert.
No, it's an actual movie. It's called Spice World, I believe.
Okay,
Have you seen?
Sorry, I was just gonna say I was thinking because I just watched the Beckham documentary.
Yeah, you should watch it.
And I thought it was just like you know how like bands will come out with a movie, but it's just a concert.
Yes. No, this had like a script.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
Have you seen the movie Life Size?
Yes.
Now we're on to another conspiracy because where did that movie go? Because I've been searching on every streaming platform and it's nowhere. I can't watch it anywhere.
Disney Plus?
No, I can't watch it anywhere. I cannot find it on anything. I'm not kidding. Even if you go to like YouTube, I couldn't even find like the actual real trailer for the movie.
Can you see pictures of it?
I can see pictures, but Leif and I were talking about the movie. I was like, oh, search it on like just our TV. And he can just, whatever, he'll talk into the thing and it will search like all the platforms, you know?
Right, yeah.
And literally couldn't find it anywhere. I'm like,
weird.
Where is this movie?
That is weird because it was on Disney Channel. So it should be in the Disney Plus library. I feel like
it's a pretty iconic movie. Like it was an iconic movie at the time. It's not something.
It has like 2 actual stars in it, Tyra Banks and Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah,
those are people know.
Yes, so I'm so confused about it. I'm literally gonna look it up because
maybe
even on
it got
YouTube,
canceled for something, so they just don't show it anymore.
Maybe,
but there's so many movies that would have gotten canceled.
Yeah, that's true. Like they still play like Entourage, and if something's gonna get canceled, like the shit that they say in that show is insane.
I've never seen it either.
Oh, it's a fun show to watch, but sometimes you're like, wow, you're not allowed to say that anymore.
Yeah,
they're making a new Life Size.
Are they really?
Yeah, I think
I'm looking it up right now, and I'm telling you guys, like, there's one video that's like a screen recording of the trailer, and it was uploaded a year ago. Other than that, you like can't find the trailer. I'm telling you,
that is so bizarre.
It's so bizarre. I'm like, okay, now I want to watch it even more.
Right, but I think I saw something for like Life Size 2.
Huh?
Or like maybe just Life Size again.
Okay.
You know, like it's not like a sequel.
Yeah.
But it's just
a remake,
redone.
Yeah,
I'll be watching.
I mean, it'll be good, whatever it is, you know? All right, we are a couple months into 2024 now, and I feel like this is the time where keeping up with your New Year's resolutions starts to get a little bit more difficult. I fall into that every single year, and we can't let that happen to us. You know, if there is something that you have been wanting to start in 2024, but haven't gotten around to it, now is the time. You still have time and we can still get those resolutions done. And I encourage any of you circlers out there who have a desire to start a brand or sell a product or post content, whatever dream you are holding on to, just go for it. Because the minute that I put myself out there online and did the thing that scared me, my life completely changed for the better. And today's podcast is sponsored by a service that I love that was so helpful when I was starting out, which was Squarespace. Like I said, I was really scared to start and to put myself out there. And using Squarespace really helped because they are very beginner friendly and easy to use. And that's what I needed because I was way too intimidated. But they just make it so easy. Whether you're looking to sell a product, post content, grow a brand, Squarespace is the perfect place to do so. Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform for entrepreneurs to stand out and succeed online. They make it easy for you if you're just starting out with features like the flexible website templates with designs for any category you can think of that you can customize and update. My personal few favorite features are the video collection, the asset library, and the custom merch. So the video collection allows me to organize my video content easily. The asset library lets me upload, organize, and access all of my content in one place. So things are just organized and right there. And custom merch allows me to easily sell my merch to my beautiful audience. They just make it so easy to create a beautiful website for any endeavor that you are starting. If I can do it, literally anyone can. So head to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to www.squarespace.com/circletime to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. Okay, well, the last time that you were both here, I feel like we were actually talking about you moving.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you were.
I was looking for a house.
You were looking for a
Yeah.
house. I don't think you had moved yet.
No.
And now you both have moved. And you're going through like...
I haven't moved yet, but I'm in the process.
You have the place and you're redoing it.
Yes.
Actually, really would love to talk to you about this because I think it's so brave. Like I see you guys like ripping your floors out and I'm like, I would never do that. I'm too scared that I would fuck it up somehow.
Really? But you're demolishing it. So it's like...
I know, but aren't you going to put new stuff in?
Yeah.
Right.
Except... I mean, I think it's easier for me because I'm not really doing any of it. I'm the film.
You're documenting
I'm really
it.
Creative.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the creative director of the whole
Exactly.
process, of course.
So it's been like my brother-in-law, Leif, they've been the ones going to town on all of it.
Right.
And Leif has experience like doing some of that stuff, some construction work and things like that.
Yeah.
And so does my brother-in-law. Actually,
Also,
so does all of them.
Boys
do.
just come with like built-in confidence that they can build and do anything, even if they know little to nothing about it.
Yeah.
So if they have a little experience too, it's like, oh, girls
Right.
were too. If we don't know like 100% of how to do something, we
would
won't
never,
even touch.
I would never go in and start ripping up those floors. Like I would not know what I was doing.
Right. And
But
I think
they
that's
do.
what scares me. Like, I'm like, because
Like-
there's so many times where I've been like, I could just DIY that. And I'm like, no, you can't, sweetheart.
Yeah.
So the only thing we're really doing ourselves is the demo, which
Okay.
we've done all at this point. But other than that, we're having like a whole crew doing the actual like laying the tile on the floor. Like I don't trust myself
Okay.
or anyone I know to be doing that stuff.
Are you painting and stuff yourself?
No, I think we're gonna have like hire people to do pretty much everything. The demo was the main stuff. We were like, we can do that on our own to cut costs, but we feel like we want everything else to be really well done, and I'm scared.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I also, you can't like mess up the demo, I guess.
Yeah, because you're kind of, I mean, we're not demoing anything that would be structural or plumbing, you know what I mean? To where we
Right.
could really mess anything up.
Does it feel therapeutic sometimes to like smash holes and things?
Yeah,
and-
honestly,
Yeah.
it does. They're like, again, I haven't really been doing much of it, but
But you can get one like whack in.
yeah,
Yeah.
a whack
Yeah.
here and there to a cinder block wall, like,
Of course.
Oh,
feels pretty good.
Yeah, no, I'm sure. That sounds amazing. Are you doing any, are you,
no,
okay.
because we're just renting ours.
Right.
So no, it was already redone.
Right. Did
Which
you
is
end up
nice.
getting what was it that you wanted, that you were looking for? And I was like, I've never used a patio.
balcony.
A
Yeah,
balcony.
like to do my morning meditation.
Obviously, yes.
No, I don't have a balcony, but we have like a big backyard, which is really nice. I feel like it's hard to find in like the area that we live in. So
Yeah.
that's good enough for me.
Right.
Haven't done a meditation yet.
One
Haven't
day.
drank lemon water while
And
I'm sitting on a pillow and
you
journaling.
will.
But yeah,
You will. You're also
will.
having a baby now,
Yeah.
which you weren't back then.
it's true.
And so, it's like one
Yeah.
thing at a time.
Yeah, exactly.
You're busy.
I'm busy.
You're busy. Do you guys still live close to each other?
We live
Yeah.
5 doors down from each other now.
Oh my God.
We
It just keeps
legitimately-
getting better and better.
Except that's not my new house. It's my rental house that I live in that we live really close. So when I move,
Okay,
we'll
yeah.
live, but still we'll live very close to each other.
Okay. I was concerned that when I saw that you guys had both gotten new places, I was like, what's going to happen? I was on the
podcast is
edge of
over.
my seat.
We're done.
I
Yeah.
wanted you guys to still bump into each other at the grocery store.
No, we seriously live on the same street, like actually the same street.
That's fun.
I know.
Do
It's
you walk
really
over?
nice.
Yeah.
That is like
It's so
the
nice.
dream.
It is the dream.
No, it really is. And I was thinking, like, I wonder when you actually move, if we will really, you know how it's like, oh, well, we actually see each other as much as we think we will.
Right.
But we do, because it's so close that it's actually just so convenient to be like, oh, I'll just run this over, or oh, can you do this? Or, I'm gonna go on a walk, and she's literally gonna be walking by my house.
Right.
So then it's like I can come outside and just join. Like, it's so nice.
So nice. I can't even imagine. I feel like all of my closest friends like don't live in LA, like don't live close to where I live. And it's like so sad.
It's hard, yeah, because you have to make so much effort.
Right. Every time we see each other, it's like a
30
trip.
plus minutes.
Yeah. But so like the thought of like, we always talk about like when we're neighbors. So like the fact that you guys are like living the dream.
No, we really are.
I know. It's really
crazy.
amazing.
I'm going to be sad when I move.
I know.
Do your husbands get along?
Yeah. They fight every day.
Do they hate each other?
They hate
be
each
honest.
other so much.
Yeah.
No, they're both like very easygoing, easy to get along with people. So I feel
right.
like
boys that like boy stuff.
Yeah.
I want to meet them.
I know.
I'm like so curious to meet them.
What they're like.
I've just only seen them in videos and stuff.
Oh, yeah. They're fun.
And Wave's got some moves.
And you've probably only seen the intense
You saw the Skims ad.
That was the greatest thing I've ever seen. Like, I love a man who's not afraid to dance.
I could not believe they approved it. I was genuinely terrified.
When I got Cody Skims after that. Obviously, I saw
It worked.
the moves,
It worked.
and I was like, I gotta get my man some of these. So and they already have holes in them.
Kim.
Awesome. Awesome.
And
Kim.
I said, Kim's actually, she pulled a prank on all the men. And I think it's kind of funny.
Honestly, slay Kim.
She just made them actually the worst quality.
It's kind of hilarious. Like, if that's what she did, I would love that.
Well,
They're
that's
soft.
unfortunate.
The shirt's great.
They're really soft.
Mhm.
And I love all of my Skims so much.
Yeah, same.
Skims truly love you. And I love the fact that the boxers have holes in them because I think it's funny.
That is funny. They just have, like, she just sabotages
No,
guys.
she was like, no, guys, this is for you.
She makes it so when you wash them, they
Skims
like
for men.
skid marks appear, makes them feel super self-conscious.
Exactly.
whole.
She's like, I'm man of the year now.
Holes in all the unflattering places.
Yeah. I think she did it on purpose. And I was like, kind
Made
of
it so
proud
they
of her.
hurt their balls off.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, why is this
Genius.
so uncomfortable? And I'm like, I don't know. My Skims
fit
last me
perfect.
all day. That's so
No,
funny.
literally,
They
I was going
hug
to
me
say, my
just
Skims
right.
are, like, I have had them forever, and I feel like they're such great quality.
I
know.
love all of my Skims. And so when they came out for Cody, I was
Yeah.
like, he's going to love these.
Mhm.
And then I was like, Kim,
Kim,
you
got
tricked us. Love it.
I did see that she's man of the year. That the photo shoot was so
I know.
good, actually.
It was so good.
It was so good.
I know. I was kind of excited about that. I was like, we're really taking over.
We're really doing
We
it.
being the women.
Yeah.
Like, not me and Kim.
Yeah.
Personally. But it was, I liked that too. I didn't expect it. But she is kind of crushing it.
Mm-hmm.
She
She
really
is.
is. And it's almost, I would be so scared if I were her. It's like, how much further can I go up?
And how much power do I hold?
Yeah.
She holds
Just-
so much power.
I saw that Skims, something about Skims is the official underwear of the NBA. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
And it's just,
You might need to read
you
through
might
there.
see a few rogue balls that aren't supposed to be on the
players
court.
are just constantly like adjusting. Like, okay.
but stuff like that, I feel like is every week. It's like just something actually
I
groundbreaking
know.
where it's
Yeah.
like, oh wait, how can you keep doing more?
It's honestly amazing.
It is.
It's like pretty empowering.
It
I'm
is.
such a fan. I really am. So like I'm like always excited when I see something.
I know, same.
You know what I'm picturing is her making those like, have you seen like when girls get their boyfriends or husbands or whatever, like the dissolving bathing suits?
Oh my
And they like pull a
gosh.
prank on them. They're like, I
Yes.
got you a new bathing suit. I feel like maybe she's doing that to all
to
of the men.
guys, to the
Wow.
NBA, just
To
to
the-
get back at like Tristan specifically.
Oh my
Wow.
God. Are we on?
You've
We're
cracked
on
the
to you,
code.
Kim.
You've cracked-
It's honestly brilliant.
Wait, would you ever do that dissolving thing?
Yes. I think it's hilarious. Like I totally would.
I
Would
think-
you?
It depends on the setting. I think if it was like him and all his like close friends. 'cause
Wait, does it actually
completely
dissolve to where they're
dissolves?
naked?
I think so.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
unless
they
they're
look
wearing,
naked?
unless they're wearing like
Underwear
boxers
underneath.
underneath. Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't do it like if like in public. Like I would do it in like if we were at a house and we were in a pool
I saw
and it was like
do it at a hotel pool and I was like, oh my gosh.
That's like that could teeter the line of like
sexual harassment.
Yeah, like you could get arrested for being naked in public. So like I just feel like that's not great, but like doing it like in the privacy of your own home.
The initial fear that they would feel when their swimsuit starts dissolving off of their body.
Totally. And like when you just feel like the rush of cold because like it's touching things that you didn't think it was going to touch.
Terrifying.
Oh my gosh.
You know why I could never do that to Leif though is he would never just wear like something ugly that I gave him. He would be like, I'm not wearing that. He's so specific about the fit of things. Like he can't like textures and fits. Like if something is like, if shorts are kind of like too wide, he's like, I can't, I got to get these off. Like he's super, it's about the feeling though. It's not necessarily the look. It's like the fit has to be perfect.
But okay, I respect that because I get it. But what if you were like, I got offered a brand deal. We have to wear these.
He would be so pissed. Like, Jaci, I'm not wearing that. Like, oh my gosh. I could probably get him to do it.
I think if you preface it as a brand deal.
Yeah.
Seeing the commitment I saw to the Skims.
Yeah, it's true.
I know he would commit.
True.
And
I'll try it
we
out.
could really get him. You know which other one also just cracks me up is when they all the wives give their husbands matching shirts.
Yes.
That is so funny.
And then they all show up wearing the same shirt. I mean, I think it's perfect.
Yes.
That is such a good
it.
prank, actually.
I want to do that so badly. And I think all of them are so funny. And I've never showed one to Cody because I'm like, I don't want him to know.
Yeah.
But like they make me laugh so much. And normally I would be like, this is hilarious. But I'm like, he can never know because I need to make this happen.
Keep it in your back pocket. Yeah. I think it's so funny when there are more than like 7 of them too.
And they just all keep coming in.
They just keep coming. And they're all different. They all have like different styles completely. And somehow they all got them to wear like an orange Hawaiian shirt.
It's so funny because it's so true. And it's like hilarious to picture the conversations that like the wives are having with them before. Like, just wear it. I got it for you. Like, wow, I can't believe you don't like the things I get for you. Like, that's really hurtful.
Like doing anything to get them in it.
Exactly. And then it's so funny to see that they all have like given in to their wives.
You can never do that to girls.
No, I would be like, there is simply no way in hell I am putting that on my body unless we were going to like a family function for his family. And he was like, it would mean a lot to my family if you wore this. It's like tradition or something.
It's from my grandma. And
yes. Then I would be like, okay, maybe. But like if he was like, I got you this dress, it would really... I mean, maybe I would. I think maybe I would like feel so bad.
Yeah,
that, like,
I think I would feel horrible.
Like that he like picked something out and was like, I really love it, and I would love if you wore it. I would be like, okay.
I feel like I would do it.
100%.
I think I would do it too.
If it was remotely cute and he was like, I picked it out, I'd be like, I have to. I have no choice.
I think
I don't know if
too. I could. You know what I would say? I would say like, well, I want to do it when it's just you and
I.
And
on
we're
a
home.
date.
I was gonna say it depends on how I looked after I put it on. I think initially like, oh, it's so sweet. And if I put it on and I just couldn't get to work, I'd be like,
right,
it's not worth it.
Right. It's been really funny to watch Cody like try to not laugh at certain things that I've put on, like when I've been pregnant, because like there is like certain things I try on that just like look ridiculous now, and he'll be like, "It looks so good. What are you talking about?" And I'm like, "You don't have to lie. Like." This looks horrible.
Yeah.
And like I brought up something the other day and he like actually laughed out loud. And I was like, I knew you didn't like that. You were going to let me leave the fucking house in that tent.
Yeah.
And now you're laughing.
Do you know what I love is that it's like who started? I really feel like it was recent, probably in the past 2 or 3 years, that like the belly out is very much trendy and cute and okay. Do we feel like Rihanna? Because I feel like that was not a thing like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was, and I just wasn't paying attention.
Maybe made it more like accessible feeling. Because Cody and I once like reviewed fashion from like the early 2000s. And there were a couple people on the red carpet who were pregnant who had their bellies out.
Okay.
But I just think back then it was like, you know how there are just so many things that used to be like on the red carpet that you would see and you'd be like, I cannot believe they wore that. Whether it's like see-through pants.
Right.
Yeah.
Like that would have been
just so out there.
groundbreaking.
Yeah.
And now it's like, if I see someone wearing see-through pants, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
We've
seen it all.
We've just seen it all. We're so like desensitized to it.
It's very true.
And so I feel like maybe that's just the case. Like it's just not offensive anymore. I will say like we were in Italy and like I wear a lot. I have not changed my shirt size. I should, by the way. This is not something I recommend. Like my tops are all too small for me, and my belly's just like hanging out all the time. But like we were in Italy, and I got so many like looks
because
like
your
people
belly
would,
was
like,
out.
Yeah, like
Really?
just like and then I would like smile at the person, and they would be like,
Really?
Oh,
That
no.
surprises
like,
me.
"Oh, sorry."
Weird.
Yeah,
That does surprise me.
I
I feel
feel
like
like-
they'd be like free the belly, you know?
well, that's kind of what I was thinking, and I don't know if it was just where we were.
Interesting.
I don't know.
Do you have your belly out often or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I feel like it just gives pregnant people so much more variety of like clothing options
It's
than
just
like a maternity
easier.
shirt
It
or like
saves money because
Yeah.
otherwise you have to buy all new
Exactly.
stuff.
Like the shirts I'm like if I'm getting a new shirt, I'm like, I'm gonna be able to I want to be able to wear this after. And so therefore my belly will probably be out. Like
Mhm.
even if it's a longer shirt, now it's a crop top.
yeah.
So it's like, whatever. I really thought I was gonna care.
Yeah.
And I just am like, I
Just don't.
don't care.
Yeah.
100%.
Because
I feel that.
it's tough to squeeze it all in.
And try and
That'd be
feel
so
cute
annoying to,
and
like-
everything.
Yeah. And also to buy all new stuff for like a very small period of your life and then
Right.
like
For one specific season, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, you could be like, oh, well, maybe my future pregnancies. Who knows if you're going to be pregnant in the winter at the same size
right.
again?
Yeah.
Right. I know it's tricky, but I also like wearing cute clothes. Like getting dressed is something that like brings me joy, and so I'm like, I can't give in to being like, oh, I can't wear that because I'm pregnant. Like I
Yeah.
like then I'm just taking all of the joy
Yeah.
away of everything, you know. And so
stripping
I'm like,
yourself of everything.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, whatever. I'm just gonna
Make it work.
make it work.
I
Try my
know.
best. But some stuff it actually does look like
Crazy.
completely absurd. Like I
Yeah.
got like a flowy dress that was like just a little too flowy and it looked like
Yeah.
looked like a house. Like it was like the roof was my head and the rest of the house came out from underneath me.
It's so hard to find stuff. I feel like I'm at the point now where I'm like, I have like a stomach, but it's not like obviously a pregnant belly. So like my clothes still kind of fit, but they're like fitting weird.
Yeah.
And it's so, I think the most challenging thing about dressing a pregnant body is getting it to like fit in the right places. Because it's like you
Right.
said, if everything's too loose, it's like, oh yeah, it's comfortable. But then you look in the mirror like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, where is she?
Right. Where'd she
And-
go?
Yeah. But so you have to find like, oh, something that kind of maybe comes in at the tiny section between
Under-
your huge boobs
Yep.
and your huge stomach to show that you have some
Yes.
Shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like show my ankles at least.
It's tricky. And something that always like made me kind of like question what the person was saying was when they'd be like, you don't even look pregnant. I'd be like, okay, but what do I look? Because I know I don't look
yeah.
like I did
Mhm.
last time you saw me. So are you just telling me like I kind of look like I just gained weight a little bit?
Yeah.
Like, because you're lying to me.
Yeah,
I look
exactly.
something.
Tell me I look pregnant.
Yeah. Don't
Yeah.
say I don't look pregnant because I
Mhm.
know I don't not look pregnant.
Yeah. You're like, well, then why aren't my pants buttoning?
Yeah. Oh, I
Yeah.
don't look pregnant? That's cool. Then
Yeah.
what's the belly?
yeah.
What's
What's
this?
going on here?
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking it's my baby, and now you just told me I look fat and
Yeah.
not pregnant.
Exactly.
So thank you.
I know. Gosh.
But you
There's-
know what? It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It grows, and that's it.
There's also like no winning. I feel like people, as they should be, are scared to say anything to a pregnant person because it's like, I don't know, what if they say the wrong thing or what if
Yeah.
Right.
I always say, I'm like, you know my famous line. No, like,
What I always say.
but don't even. I just saw this TikTok actually on my For You page where this girl was like crying. She was like, someone at the airport was like, oh, when's your due date? And she's not pregnant.
Okay.
And she was like, literally not pregnant.
Right.
And we always talk about that, though. We're like, if someone is literally out to here and you don't know them, like, just don't say anything about them being pregnant.
Right.
Don't say, are you pregnant with twins?
Mhm.
Don't say, you're about to pop. Don't say you look whatever. It's like,
Totally.
just be quiet.
Yeah.
It
Please.
is so interesting
It's-
how.
Yeah, I completely agree.
If you know them, it's different.
Yeah.
If you know for a fact
And
that
you know
they're
yes,
pregnant
yes.
and you know when they're due. 'Cause
Yeah.
even like if you know someone's pregnant, but they're like 6 months and they have 3 more months to go and you're like, you're about to pop. And
Yeah.
they're like, no, I'm
They're like,
literally not.
I have
I'm
so
literally
much
not.
to
yeah.
go.
Yeah.
No, I know. It's so. I was just telling Jaci how I feel like it's your body image when you're pregnant is so confusing because like I could go in and out of like my pregnancy is beautiful to like my how I grew up looking at 90s magazines mindset, like in and out very fast. And the other day actually this was not the other day, this was like weeks ago, I told someone I was pregnant and they were like, oh, I couldn't even tell. And I was like, thank you. I was like, why am I saying thank you? Like, that's such a weird like reaction, but it's my natural reaction. Like, oh, thank you so much. And then
I'm hiding it well. It's like, what?
Like,
you can't see this baby in my stomach. Like, that's such a weird reaction. But on the contrary, when I was pregnant, like my first pregnancy, when I was like 6 months, kind of same thing, where I'm like, I still have a while to go. People are like, are you sure you're not having twins? I'm like, it's really shouldn't be an insult. It's just my stomach growing.
No, but it feels weird.
Yeah.
And it's like, sometimes I'm like, we just shouldn't make any comment about anyone's body.
Yeah, period.
Ever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I think when you're pregnant, it's like, people, it's so like in your face that people just think that like they can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even before I announced it.
Men especially.
Yeah, I mean, always.
Like old men.
They're always sneaking in one way or another.
They always talk about it.
But when before I announced that I was pregnant, my boobs had obviously like grown. And I was getting so many comments on my YouTube videos just being like, did you get a boob job or are you pregnant? Like, blah, blah, like just like stuff like that. And I'm like, can you not?
Yeah.
Like,
it's just weird to have something
yeah.
commented on, honestly. Like,
yes,
it makes you aware that people are perceiving you. And it's like, wait, you notice these things? Like, I don't want to know that you notice anything about my physical appearance.
Yes. Like, it's crazy. Like, that's what it is. Because I'm like, to me, I'm like, nobody, I mean, people might notice that my boobs have gotten bigger, but like, nobody is going to say anything. And nobody like online is going to say anything.
Yeah.
They're not looking.
Right. And then my mom was like, well, they think they know you. And I was like, no, but if I knew someone, I actually wouldn't say that to them.
Yeah.
Like, even if I did know someone, I still wouldn't say that because it could make someone really uncomfortable.
Exactly.
And like, what if I wasn't pregnant?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what if I just gained a little weight and my boobs got bigger? Like,
there's so many things
that.
too with just like women and hormones where that could happen. It could literally be sometimes like on my period, they'll get like way bigger than even the last time.
Exactly.
And people will always say that to me too. They're like, I can tell. I'm like, no. I'm literally on my period.
Yeah. It's just like, keep it to yourself. It's just hard because like your body's changing. Even like on your period.
Yeah.
Your body's changing.
Yes.
Like things are going on. You don't need the opinions of other people, whether you know them or not, talking about your body.
No.
Exactly.
Never. I know.
It's tricky.
It is.
And it's kind of tough. But I actually, sorry, I'm like going back to what we were talking about before, but I really need you to talk about your the
owner?
Because if you're not following Jaci on TikTok, this has been like my favorite. Not
like,
that you're going
scandal.
through this. It's not my favorite that you have to experience this, but I find it to be like mind blowing.
It's beyond.
And I don't know that some of the circlers know what's happening, and so I would just could you give like a little rundown of what's going on?
I'll give a brief synopsis. Basically, Leif and I just bought our first house a few months ago.
Which is very exciting.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We're super excited about it. Yeah, should be. And the previous owner of the home, it's a couple. It's an older couple. And they were just so attached and obsessed with their house. And the house itself it's not like it's this historical gem or something. Like, we bought it with the intention of completely renovating it. And they knew that as well. Like, when we had talked to them, we're like, oh yeah, we want to make it our own. Like, it wasn't a secret that we wanted to renovate it.
Right.
And it was super outdated in a lot of ways. But basically, they have just been so obsessed and attached to the house. So the first kind of red flag or weird thing was our real estate agent had requested that they wouldn't be there for inspections and just anytime, when you buy a house, you have to do, I actually didn't really know this, but you just have to like go over there a lot and do inspections. And what is the other thing I'm thinking of? There's like all these different things.
Having like a contractor go over there.
Having an architect, having a contractor go over there. And all of that happens like in the time where
during escrow.
Yeah, during escrow, and like when sometimes they still live there and so they could be there. But our agent was telling us this is very normal for you guys to be going over there, and they shouldn't be there.
Right.
Like normally the owners are not there. So we requested that they wouldn't be there on top of that because we were like,
it's just uncomfortable.
Yeah, we don't want to be They were there the first time we toured the house in general, which I felt like at the time was to our benefit because they met us and they really liked us. And so I was like, oh, okay, maybe that was a good thing because they're really attached and they want it to like go to a sweet couple, whatever. So anyway, long story short, they were there for every single thing. Even though we requested that they weren't, they would just be there or they would like come in. Yeah. And they were just like over our shoulders being like, you know, we'd be in there with a contractor like, okay, so could we put a wall here? And he'd be like, oh, no, you don't need to put a wall there. Like, I have something else you could do. And I'm just like, yeah.
That's insane in and of itself.
Yes. And so the final straw was like, our real estate agent was supposed to give us the keys, but the previous owner was like, I really want to give them to them. I want to give the keys to them myself. So I'm going to be there. And I was just like, no.
Right.
I'm like, I'm sorry, but no.
Yeah.
We're not doing this again. We've seen them 6 times. We should have only ever met them once, if anything.
If anything.
And so he was not there to give us the keys. And we're like, okay, great. So that was the last we're going to see of him. And then our agent was like, he did say he has like tools for you. He had mentioned to Leif, like, oh, I have a few tools that you could use for demo. But he took some of them, so he's going to bring them back. And I told him, I'm like, just tell him we don't need them. No, we have plenty of tools. We don't need them. Like, relay the message, no.
Right.
So he did. Nope. Who shows up 2 days later with the tools? Him, the owner.
Just like knocking on the door.
I'm ripping out his precious floors, by the way. Literally jackhammer on the floor. I'm like, hi.
Oh, God.
And yeah, it's just been like thing after thing. Then he sent us a letter, like a envelope with like all these forms in it. And we're like, when are we going to get away from you? And why are you still
also,
talking to us?
You forgot that he went into your house while you weren't there.
Yeah. After we closed on our house, I literally forget these details because it's all
blocked it out.
I mean, it's insane.
When he came back to give us the tools, he was like, oh yeah, I came by the other night to pull out the trash cans because it's like trash day. I didn't know if you guys knew that. And I just went back in the house because I found an extra key and I just took some videos for memories. When the house was already ours.
Oh, that is so weird.
Yeah.
When the house was already ours. Like we completely owned it. We could have been sleeping there.
I mean, but like, and videos, your memories, do that before.
I'm like, why didn't you do that 2 days prior?
Right.
And also, people, when I shared this story, were going ballistic. They're like, you're an idiot. Like, the first thing you do when you buy a house is change the locks. I'm like, maybe you're right. But it had legitimately been like 24 hours. And we were just like getting our ducks in a row. I didn't think he was, I don't know. I'm like,
also,
maybe I am stupid.
I'm so sorry. No. This is just not at all your fault.
You would never think that the person was going to break back into your house because they just owned it.
Right. Like, he had so much time to take videos, for example. And like, if you're selling the house, you are giving it up. Like,
it's not yours.
As hard as it is sometimes, like, yes, you're going to miss it, but like, it's not yours anymore.
No,
like, there has to be some sort of mutual respect. I don't think you're stupid for not changing the locks the minute you move in. Like, you should be able to like trust that the person's not gonna
break into it.
Right.
And they have like, there's these certain plants in the front yard, and the woman, his wife was like, please don't take that. Like, are you gonna take down those plants? Please. And I'm like, I'm not sure. Like, trying to be nice because I'm in person with her.
Right.
Start sobbing.
What?
Start sobbing, crying. Is literally like, and I'm just like, are we? What? I'm like, I feel like I'm stealing.
Do that in your own time. Like, you cry about leaving the house.
Exactly. It's like, it's okay to be sad, but not in front of me because
you
just bought this house from
met.
you. Yeah.
No, we should have never met. And I told Leif after, I'm like, wait, I feel like we're stealing from them. We're paying full price. We're paying all our money for it. Like, it's not like I stole the home from you.
No, like they put it up for sale.
Yeah.
That's the craziest part. Like, you didn't knock on their door because there are times and say like, I'll offer you this much money if you let me. Your house is my dream house. Please let me live there. And they're like, I guess. Like, they made the conscious decision to sell it. So what are we?
Probably made a lot of money on it since they've had it for like, what, 20-something years in California.
Totally. I mean, made so much. I'm like, you made a pretty penny.
It's not like you were it was a foreclosure and you're like leaving this house and you sold it.
No, it was beyond. Anyway, so we haven't heard anything since the letter thing that he sent, but he was like, oh yeah, I'll be back to visit the neighbors and whatever. And I'm just like, oh.
Has he like seen any of your videos or anything?
I pray not. I'm terrified. I'm like,
he's a circler.
Oh my God, he might be. What if it's like my dad? I'm just kidding. I don't know.
It's your house.
Why on earth it would be my dad who,
your childhood home
did not just sell my
home.
Us here. Yeah. It's funny because I actually know the man. And here he is.
Can you imagine?
No, that would be insane.
I saw this TikTok on my For You page the other day. It was like, my Roman Empire is that this influencer bought my childhood home and is now demolishing it. And I was like, oh my gosh, is it me? Like,
wait, was it you?
No, I went to her page. I was terrified. And I looked at her like family. It wasn't the family.
Thank God.
But I'm like, can you imagine?
It's just, it's one of those things where it's like, it is sad to see happen.
Yeah.
And like, you know that, like, everyone knows that. You're not the bad person for doing it.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
For buying the house and making it a home. It's not like you're mowing it down and putting a parking lot there.
No, for buying the house that was for sale and then like making it your own home. Like
making it your own home for your family.
Right.
Like, no.
Pretty, I feel like it's okay.
Yeah.
No, I know. And I
feel like that's almost the point.
Right. Maybe.
I feel like I was not like, okay, I told the story on the podcast first, and I was like genuinely scared of the response I'd get. I'm like, maybe I'm like being rude. Like, it's just this old guy who's whatever. And then the response was literally like, that's psycho. Like, you. And I was like, oh, okay, I feel a little more justified. When I put it on TikTok and people were like, why didn't you change the locks? I was like, oh, am I also stupid? Like, this was my first time buying a house. Not that it justifies his actions, but I'm like, maybe we should have been smarter and we should have been put our foot down more. Like, even in person, you know, when it's like, oh, please don't like take down these plants. It's like, maybe I should have been like, oh, we're doing what I want. But I'm like, that's not in my nature.
And also
like,
not in person.
That's so uncomfortable to do.
Yeah.
Like, if someone's standing there in person
crying
and you're buying their home and they're crying, like, I wouldn't be like, sorry.
No,
I'm getting rid of them.
Yeah.
I would be like, okay, do you want to move back in? Also, like, I'll give you a copy of the new key.
Yeah.
Like, it's
landscapers are on their way, baby.
Right. They put an unnecessary amount of pressure on you guys
for sure
when they decided to sell the house in the first place. Like, I don't think you're doing anything.
Thank you for the validation.
There's no world where you were doing something wrong in this situation. There's just not.
Thank you for the validation. I truly believe, even though people are like, he's a psycho, I really believe that he thinks that we're super young. Like, he thinks of us as like really young and like inexperienced, and is like, he still thinks it's his house.
Right.
And is just like, oh, I'm helping out. I'm going to like bring by these tools for them. I just want to see the house again. Like, I don't think it's malicious, but it is weird for sure.
Yes, it's definitely weird, but I do understand what you're saying, because I think like, especially when someone's lived in a house for so long and is like a bit older, and like, who knows if they had kids there, like, who knows the memories that they have tied to that house. Like, it could be really hard to let that go. And then when he also is like, they're just babies, like, I need to help them. Like, I think
it's a different generation as well.
Right.
We, like, Leif and I feel like, okay, we're old enough to be doing this. We're self-sufficient. We know what we're doing. But he, I don't know, I think thinks of us almost like we're the age of his kids. So he's like, and he kept being like, you don't want to spend too much money on this. Like, you want to save. And we're just like, okay. Like,
yeah.
And it's nice, but it's definitely like overstepping too. It's like
100%.
We should not be having these conversations.
Yeah.
This
I
is
mean,
weird.
Definitely, like, the conversation should not be held at all. But I think he means well.
Yeah. I think so too.
And I like to think that he means well, so that you're not like,
no, literally everyone's like,
danger.
The reason he doesn't want you to do renovations is because there's bodies in that home. I'm like,
okay, that's good. Horrifying.
And then he's like, he brought back a shovel to us, and they're like, yeah, to get your fingerprints on it. I'm like,
oh my God, cool. People are creative.
No.
I would have never thought that. Have you found anything weird?
No, we haven't.
Doing the demo?
No, we found nothing. And I've been trying to assure everyone that the energy in the house is good. It's not like a scary haunted house.
Did you sage it?
No, but I'm ready to.
Yeah. Cody and I weirdly saged our house when we moved into it. Like, and it's so out of character for us. Like, it is so.
Yeah, it can't hurt.
Right? That's kind of what we were thinking. And someone was like, you should do it. And like, neither one of us, I would say we're not like the people who would jump to saging something right away. But for some reason we were like, okay. And we did it. And it was kind of fun.
Just before you moved your stuff in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes like, if I get worried about something and like, if I think something is wrong with the house, I'm like, I saged it.
No, we got rid of them.
Actually, no, because I saged it. And it just gives me peace of mind, even if that's completely fake.
Totally.
Peace of mind.
Exactly.
You know?
No, I definitely want to.
That's how I live my entire life, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saging things and then just hoping for the best.
Just telling myself, like, well, I did this, so I'm safe.
Right.
You know, whatever it is.
That also.
I'm an Aries, so I'm good.
I have so many superstitions. Like, I'm like, well, I actually I touched that door 3 times. Or maybe I'm just OCD, but I'm like, I actually counted to 7. So
we're good.
Yeah.
We're actually okay, everyone. I counted to 7 times this morning. So nobody needs to worry here. Okay.
Have you seen the thing that people think like if they touch the outside of the plane?
I do that.
Yeah. Really?
Oh.
I touch the outside of the plane with my right hand. Couldn't figure that one out without doing this. But right hand, my left foot has to walk in at the same time.
Okay.
And I have to count to 7.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to hear more?
I would love to hear more about
Okay,
your
because
airport airplane.
Well, this is going deep to my childhood, but I have always counted. It's not actually 7. It's
like it's a number that doesn't exist to humans.
I truly cannot believe that I'm even like saying any of this because it's just one of those things where it's like, okay, you shouldn't say that. But
I can't wait.
I count to 6, and I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And the and is a number. So like technically it's 7. I'm doing something 7 times, but I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Okay. Interesting.
Why? So how did that start?
It has been this way since I've been a child.
When you're counting in general, do you do that?
No.
Okay.
If I'm like counting an amount of something, I just count normally. But when it's like,
what do you count?
In
like,
OCD type of thing, it has to be like and 6. Like the amount of like footsteps I take. Or like when I'm getting on a plane, I do my left foot and my right hand touching the plane, and like quickly in my head I'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
So is it only in certain circumstances, like when you're walking in certain locations that you have to do it?
Yeah. Well, the plane's a big one. When before I go to sleep every night, I take like that. Just like so, I'm really being honest with you guys. I take that many steps, like to get out of my kitchen, to get down my hallway into my room. Like I have to count that. That's how many steps I need to take in order to do that.
Like just for like, because it's a habit, or you're like for safety?
It's not so much safety. It is
peace of mind thing.
It's like an OCD thing. Like if I don't do that, something bad will happen.
Do you actually have OCD?
I never like went to a doctor for it when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
I think like now I think it's so much more mainstream to talk about. Whereas like when like we were kids, like my parents weren't like recognizing the things I was doing and being like, that might be OCD. Like they were just kind of like, okay, she's funny. she's kind of crazy. And no, how would they have known?
Exactly.
Like it's not on them at all. And it was never like a concern. It was just like, I just had a routine of things that I did before I did anything else, but it never like completely took over my life to where they were like, she needs to get help.
Yeah.
It was just like, okay, she's going to take a couple extra minutes because she's got to smile at herself in the mirror and do like these weird things.
Yeah.
So I think it's very mild.
My sister has OCD. That's how I know.
Okay.
More about it than maybe most people.
Right. And I didn't even like know.
She got diagnosed like way later in life, like a year or two ago.
Right. And I have only recently like seen things and been like, oh, maybe that's, maybe I have a little bit of that.
Possibly obsessing over if you have OCD.
I haven't obsessed over the fact too much.
Yeah.
But like it's one of those things. I don't want to just be like, I have it.
Yeah.
Because I think I don't.
It sounds
like,
very
fully.
complex from what I
just,
understand. Yeah.
There's just a lot. It's like an anxiety thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot
going
on.
I feel like it deters or like affects your life negatively often, or you just think it's like little things you notice.
It's just little things that I do, and then I just keep moving on. But like I can like leave the house. Like it's not completely debilitating.
Yeah.
So I think that's why it's never been something that we like fully have conquered, because it's just like it is what it is.
Yeah. From what my sister tells me, there's like so many different. I could be wrong about this, so don't come for me. But there are so many different things too within OCD that you could be OCD about.
Right.
You know, like some people are super OCD about relationships or like health, like germs, like things like that. And you can like have it kind of spread to different things. But you don't have to have all of them to have OCD.
Right.
Much. Yeah.
Right. And I
it could be worse in different parts of your life where it's like if you're under a lot of stress, it's worse.
Yes. I'm not like saying I do or I don't. I'm just saying like sometimes the signs point to that.
Yeah, exactly.
When I see the signs, like when I see a random TikTok being like, you know, like a girl like dancing and like, if you do this and this and this, then you have OCD. And I'm like, Oh my God, are you
It's where it
talking
sounds
to
like, pop
me?
that pussy. And you're
Yeah.
like, you
That's
have
like in the
OCD.
background, and she's like pointing to like counting, and then I'm like, oh my God, do I have that? But that is like
That
the
is so
classic.
real.
That is TikTok, and I mean, just in
and
general.
it knows so specifically
Yeah.
you and exactly what you're thinking, like exactly what you could possibly be struggling with
Right.
that week. It will like pinpoint.
Mhm.
Yes,
I swear.
But like, and it pinpoints it in the same way that WebMD tells you that you're dying.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's TikTok is doing the same exact thing. And so like there have been so many times where I've like walked in the room and be like, I think I'm dying. Like I just saw something on TikTok and it says if you like breathe funny sometimes, like you're dying. And Cody's like, you got to get off TikTok.
Yeah.
It's time to get off.
I know.
But
it's
also
so
if you
bad.
interact, like at least my For You page, if I interact with something if I actually watch the video about something, it will start serving me that exact specific thing, like hardcore over and over and over. Like I seriously will watch one video about something
Right.
and I will start getting served it all day, every day. I'm like, okay, wait, I don't want to now only see this one subject
Right.
on my
No.
For You page.
Especially
Right.
because
I
I
watched one video.
I'll spend so much time, like I'll see the video, it freaks me out. I'm like, oh my gosh. And then I'll go in the comments and like pretty much search for reassurance from one comment that's like, this is not true. I'm like, thank goodness that one person.
Right.
Okay, Fiona was right. When all the other ones
Right.
like, this is so true. I'm a
Right.
doctor.
Yeah. I am a licensed professional and I know for a fact
exactly.
that this is true. No,
No, I don't think so. It's like
so.
someone with like a anime profile picture. Their name is like Bubble Butt, and they're like, "No, this is not true." I'm like, I knew I could trust.
Yeah,
you.
you're like, thank you.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it gets a little tricky on the internet
Mhm.
when you're just trying to like go to sleep and you're like scrolling TikTok and then all of a sudden it's like you're like, oh my God, you know too much.
You're trying
first
to
of all.
unwind and it's like,
Yeah.
you're not helping my life.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Giving me crisis after crisis.
Yeah, I know, but I'm addicted to it. I can't obviously
Can't stop,
No,
though.
Same.
No. How could you?
Obviously not.
Because then you see like a couple good things and you're like,
Mhm.
TikTok is the best
I know.
place in
So
the world.
uplifting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see just like a couple videos of dogs
Yeah.
and it's like, I love it here.
I know.
My
know?
favorite tradition, nightly tradition is going through my favorites with Leif. Like we go
Yes.
through.
It's the
best
The
activity.
best.
It's like just laying in bed and being like, here are the like funny ones I've
Yes.
saw the past few days.
And
or
like
whatever.
when you like something, you're like, I can't wait to
Yeah.
show them that later.
Yeah.
Can't wait for nighttime to show them.
Yes, and
They're
then
gonna
I, like,
love this.
Every time I'm like, can I show you my TikTok?
Yeah,
like
same.
it's like it's so fun.
It
is.
It is a little disappointing though when like you have one that like really struck a chord with you and you're like, this is the best
And they're
TikTok
not
ever,
getting
and
it.
they're
Yeah.
like, oh yeah.
Mhm.
And you're like, okay, well you could have just giggled.
Yeah.
You
Or they're
know?
not, you can tell they're not really like paying attention, especially if they read a lot.
Oh,
Like,
Leif
Nick will
yes.
kind of
cannot with
be like,
those.
oh yeah. And then like, I can tell he's like looking at
Yeah.
something else, looks back. I'm like, you have to be listening to the audio and reading this.
Yes, it's a
To
full
feel the whole
experience.
thing, yeah.
But sometimes I'll like give a synopsis and I'll be like, so this person did this, and this, and now here's what they're doing. Even though
Yeah.
it's like says it on the screen, but I'm like, I need to tell him really
POV.
quick before he has to read or else he will never read.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't-
Exactly.
Yeah. You know?
I sometimes will think something's kind of funny, like someone riding a scooter and like tripping over it and like falling, kind of funny.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, that's funny. And then I scroll past it. I'm like, no, I gotta like that because I know Nick will
Yes.
think that's funny.
No,
and then I
they're-
show him. He's like, oh my gosh.
Exactly. There are
Yeah.
TikToks that I'm liking because I know Cody will think it's
Yes.
funny, and then there are ones that I'm liking because I think it's funny.
Yeah.
There's
Totally.
different genres.
There
Yeah.
are. And you go through and you like are specifically showing the ones that you know.
Yes.
they're gonna
Sometimes
like.
I see it and I'm like, she
Yeah,
wouldn't
you're
like
like,
that.
you're
Yeah.
not getting
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
That's a recipe. Like
Right.
this one.
Yeah.
This is
That's
the
our
one.
skincare.
Something like-
Yeah.
I'm like scrolling down through all my likes, and one of them's just like, when you feel so sad, that's when I'm like, okay, keep going
How
back.
did I? Oh my God, I'm
He's like,
always
"Wait, what's that
accidentally
one?"
liking these. It's crazy. Playlists to listen to when you're depressed. I don't know who liked that one.
Literally.
I also fall asleep and like accidentally send TikToks to people all
What
the
do you
time.
mean? How do you
Because
do
if you hold your thumb down
yeah.
on the
Mhm.
screen, like the menu will
Yeah.
pop up of the array of things that you could do.
Yes.
So
True.
I'm surprised I haven't sent one to either one of you guys. Like I am sending them to sending the most random things to the most random people, and then I have to wake up and be like, someone once just responded with like a question mark. Like we don't really talk. We just like are mutual. Like we just follow each other, and she just responded with a question mark, and I was like, I'm sorry, I fall asleep watching TikTok, and like I had to like explain it to her, and she was like, ha ha ha. Okay.
Do you know what?
That's
I think that
fine.
happened to someone. Now that you're saying that, I once got a TikTok sent to me
Yeah.
from like kind of same thing.
Yeah.
Don't really talk to her, like just kind of a mutual acquaintance.
It was
Right.
Kelsey.
It was probably me.
And no, it was so random. Like
Yeah.
I remember being like, wait, I was racking my brain. I'm like, have we talked?
Yeah.
Do we have an inside joke? I'm like, no,
I guarantee it was an accident,
bet
and
it was
that
an
person
accident.
doesn't even know that they did it.
probably not.
The only reason I found out that I did it was when people respond to it.
Mm.
Oh,
If people
no.
ignore it, now I know to look. I wake up in the morning. The first
You
thing,
have to,
like one of the
check.
first things I do is check my TikTok DMs to make sure I didn't accidentally DM someone.
Have you ever sent the accidental waves? Because that is
Yeah, I
my
hate that.
kryptonite.
Somehow, I don't want to jinx it, but somehow I've avoided that, and
I-
I've only sent specific TikToks to specific people.
Not me sending the freaking waves to like some people who it's like I'm like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe they followed me back. Literally, I'm like scrolling and accidentally send
Yeah,
the waves. I'm like,
Paris Hilton. You're like,
no, literally, I'm like, no,
Stop.
I'm mortified.
no, but that's fine. That's fine. Like if I follow someone and then they follow me back and then they say like, "Hey," I get excited.
I know, but just the waves.
Yeah,
it's
just the waves
yeah.
are a
It's
little
giving
tough.
like,
Like the little-
millennial. It's like,
yeah.
Yeah, it is.
So
a little
I'm just
bit.
like,
the
that
little
was
gif of the hamster like
Yeah.
dancing. thing.
yeah.
I'm like, this is not representing
But
me
then
well.
you just have to like pretend like you didn't do it
yeah,
because you don't want to be like, never mind, I didn't
Hi,
actually say,
sorry.
like I didn't actually say
Yeah.
hi to you.
No. No, so true. I have to quickly thank you you were the creator of one of my favorite series that I do on my TikTok, which is How Ho Should I Go?
Mm.
Yeah, how's it going for
True.
you?
I haven't been hoeing it up
I
as
know,
much
I
lately.
was gonna
cold.
say
It's cold.
it's a little chilly.
It's not ho season. But I was
It's
thinking about
ho,
it the
ho,
other
ho
day.
season.
It's true. It is ho season. I was like, I need to bring that back because
do.
people truly loved it. And
Mhm.
you
Coined it.
coined that. You
love
come up with that.
watching it, and I'm honored that you actually did it. I feel like sometimes I give people ideas and they're like totally, and then they don't do it, and you followed through,
I did. I executed.
and you've been doing amazing going ho.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. Yeah, I'm bringing it back for the ho holiday season. So
Right.
look out for some new videos.
you could do like a
new
ho-
series coming.
Sorry, I'm just like so inspired by your ho journey, but like you could do like a Christmas theme one, and it could be, but like not necessarily clothes. It could just be like doing like Vlogmas kind of stuff.
Could be your actions.
It could be your right.
Goes to a strip club.
Right. Yeah. No,
It's
but
I
like you
am
could do
prepared.
like instead of calling it Vlogmas, you could be like how
ho ho ho. Can I go?
yes.
Yeah.
And now there we go.
Mhm.
I
You're
love
welcome.
that. Holiday
you need me-
edition.
Yeah. It's ho ho ho, but it's just for the holidays.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's not for like anything else.
Yeah. No, I love that.
I'm excited for you and your journey.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
I love this new identity of mine.
Me too. And I
We're
love
all pretty covered up today, though.
I know we really are. It was kind of cold out. It's raining.
Mhm,
We obviously had to
It was
True,
cozy.
just for the occasion.
Well, listen, we have one more thing to do quickly. We do a little journal time here. As you guys know, we have the little pieces of
Mhm.
paper.
My
Mhm.
favorite.
But I got a book of questions now because the questions were getting a little bit repetitive and I was forgetting them
Mm.
a lot at home. And this book has helped us open a whole new slew of questions.
Nice.
So cute.
But it's like a question a day. So there's like dates for certain questions. So
Oh, nice.
I want you guys to work together as a
Okay.
team and come up with a date. And I'm going to ask you one simple kids journal question.
Okay. Like
What-
April 18th, my birthday.
I know.
Let's do mid our birthdays.
Okay.
So
Like
February 21st.
First.
February 21st. Ooh, that's good. I don't think we've gotten a February one yet. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Who really understands you?
Oh,
That's so cute.
JC does.
I was going to say the same thing. I feel like not to bring up our traumatic night that we won't. Chelsea and I had a girls' night where we just opened up about this on our podcast where we played the like we're not really strangers game. It was like
Okay.
with a group of people.
Okay.
And then afterwards we both were like, wait, why did we share so much? Like it's almost like
We were
anxiety, but
sobbing.
like because we were like sobbing during the girls'
I've
night.
been there.
And we were
Yeah,
like, that was too vulnerable
Yeah.
for like this whole group.
for sure.
Sharing
But-
our deepest fears, deepest insecurities.
Okay,
It just
yeah.
wasn't
being
No,
like
it
super
get- that-
mushy.
That gets scary.
that gets scary. But that being said, at that girls' night, we were talking. One of the questions was something like this. It was like, "What does your friend like get about you, or something?" And I remember you saying, like, there's literally nothing that you don't get.
Yeah.
And I feel like that. I feel that with our friendship. It's like she just understands without even me having to, like, say anything. I feel like I could literally look at you and you'd be like, yeah.
That's really beautiful.
It's
true.
Oh, well, you guys got the perfect question.
It was.
Well, thank you for answering. And thank you so much for joining me again on Circle Time. I really just love talking to you both and love having you on. So you're always welcome.
The feeling is mutual.
Thank you so much for having us. We want to have you back on once you have your baby and you're back in business.
Yeah.
So we can talk all about
when I'm back in biz.
Yeah.
TB post baby.
Yeah.
Would love nothing more. If you don't already know, I know we've done this a couple times, but do you want to tell the circlers where they can find you just in case they're new listeners?
Give it up, Chelsey.
Well, you can follow our podcast at What We Said Podcast on Instagram, TikTok. Is that our YouTube as well?
I think so. We're starting video hopefully in the new year. So I don't know when this is going up, but
it'll be in the new year.
So hopefully you can watch our podcast on YouTube.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long time coming.
That's great.
And then you can follow me at Chelsey Jade Curtis. Chelsey is with an EY on all platforms.
And mine's just my name, Jaci Marie Smith, on everything.
Beautiful. Well, thank you guys.
Thanks for having us.
And thanks for listening. Love you guys. See you next time.
Bye.
It's circle time. Let's sit down and have some fun. I said it's circle time. Just you and I. Time.
Please note that this episode may contain paid endorsements and advertisements for products and services. Individuals on the show may have a direct or indirect financial interest in products or services referred to in this episode.